Hi everyone! Welcome to our Kev Joce channel, a channel where we are who we are. I am Joss and today I'll be talking about traveling, but specifically traveling back home. Kevin and I both have different places where we call our homes, and Hong Kong is definitely one of them. It is where we currently live, but we also have other places where we call our homes. And for me, that is Australia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. So home is where I have family, and I have family in all those three places. So I try to visit as much as I can those places as much as I can whenever I can. So I actually recently took a trip back home to Australia. I was born in Sydney in Australia, and I went back last December to spend time with my family, my relatives there, and my friends as well. So it was actually quite a spontaneous trip. I say spontaneous because I wasn't planning to go back to Australia. Australia is like a 9-hour flight from Hong Kong after all. So, but what happened one day was my cousin messaged me and he was like, "Hey Joss, when are you planning to come back?" And I was like, "Oh, it has been like 2 years since I've been back, so I should really go. I mean, I miss everyone after all. I have my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my grandma is in Australia. So yeah, I looked at my calendar and I worked out when my next holiday was, and I went ahead and booked my tickets to Australia. So yeah, I'm so glad that I did it because I have no idea when I'll be able to go back there anytime soon. So I'm really glad that I went back in December and January. It was also around Christmas to New Year's time, so it was kind of perfect. We went to the beach, we had family dinners, we went out for brunch. I hung out with my friends, we did shopping, and we did boring things like errands, and we watched Netflix together. And yeah, I had a really great time, and I just enjoy quality family time, especially living away from my family in Australia. I don't get to see them very often. So every time that we see each other, I want to be fully in the present moment with them. And so that is basically what I did. It was nothing special really. I don't tend to do I guess touristy things when I'm with fam. We usually just stay home, stay around the home area. But yeah, another place that I call home is Taiwan. I went back to Taiwan very recently as well, in January, I think. And I go back to Taiwan every Chinese New Year. And I mainly go because my grandpa lives in Taiwan, and ever since I was a child, I would visit my grandpa every Chinese New Year. So it's like a family tradition. And this time was different though, because this time I went alone. My mom and my sister actually went right before Chinese New Year, so that is why I went there alone this time. But going there alone to visit my relatives in Taiwan made me realize that it was my responsibility now as an adult to visit family whenever I can. Because, as you grow up and you live your life, you have a full time job, you don't live near your family, it becomes harder to see, especially your grandparents and your extended family. And every moment that you have with them is so precious. And this time I actually took some film photos of my grandpa that I have yet to use up my film camera and print them out. So I'm really excited to see it when it comes out. I don't think he noticed that I took those photos, but I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I think also when I went back to Australia this time, it was different because it was my first time going there alone as an adult. When I used to live in Australia, I was a full-time uni student. So this time around, I was actually there for holiday to spend time with family and friends. So it was just, a different vibe and yeah, I miss them a lot. So after these two recent trips, I made a mental note to myself to make more trips back home to Australia and Taiwan because especially with everything going on this year, you just never know what will happen and you never know when you can see them again. So yeah, family really is everything. Um, so that is my take on traveling back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our social media links. We always have it down below in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Kev and Joce.